I'm mindystern, and I am going to give you a great training on loans, on how you can reduce your loans or get control of your loans and increase your disposable income at the same time. So what I want to do is I want you to talk about the whole concept of debt and loans first, before we get into how you change them. A lot of times what happens is that people take loans or buy on credit with the thought, the thought to increase their standard of living. That means that they don't have enough money today. So what they want to do is they buy something that they want that'll improve their standard of living. They buy it today using someone else's money, using the bank's money or using the credit card's money to pay for it, because they don't have enough money in their savings to do it today, and they want that thing. So they buy it. And what happens though is that next month they have to start to return that money. Whether it's a bank loan or whether it's a credit card loan or it's installments on a credit card or with checks, it turns out that you take the money today, but you have to pay them out on a monthly basis starting from next month. So what happens is that next month you have less money than you had this month. So if you didn't have enough money this month to buy what you wanted to buy, next month you have less. And if next month you have another opportunity that comes up, or something that you need, or an expense that you weren't planning on and you didn't know was going to happen, that you have to pay for it, all of a sudden you have less money to pay for it. So what do? You take out a loan. Either you take out a bank loan, or you go into overdraft in your bank, or you pay with installments on your credit card. You pay on your credit card and move the payment forward. And then what happens then? The month after that, you need to return the next loan as well. So you have even less money in your account for even your regular bills, not even to mention those extra things or unexpected expenses that come after that. So when you initially think that by taking loans or paying on credit or using credit cards is okay, but using the credit aspect of the credit card is not. You think that you're doing that will increase your standard of living, but in actuality, what it does is it reduces your standard of living, because every month you have less and less money. That's one. And two, you have to pay the bank extra money for the privilege of using their money in interest. So if you took a loan of $100 or €100, you don't give back only €100. You give back maybe €105, €106, €107. So it costs you more at the end of the day to buy whatever it is that you wanted to buy or that you did buy. So by definition, loans and debt and credit do not improve your standard of living. They actually reduce your standard of living. What you feel today is, wow, I can live a high lifestyle. Actually, tomorrow makes you live in a worse lifestyle, because you have to pay back the debt, and then you have less money for the regular things like food, like clothes, like paying for your children's after-school programs, like vacation. All of a sudden, you don't have any more money for holidays and vacation, because you have to. You have no choice. You have to pay back the loans, pay back the credit that you took. So first thing I can say is that if I'm talking about getting control of your debt and your loans, I'm going to talk about 5 steps here. The first step is to stop using credit or loans for purchases, for regular purchases. Don't buy today your food, your clothes, your vacations, even your car on credit. Don't take loans for these things. Okay, that should be your mindset. I do not take any longer loans for consumerism. If I'm going to take a loan, you take a loan only for investment. Take a loan only on things that will grow your wealth. Those are good loans. But bad loans are loans that you take to buy something that you use it today, and then you spend the next couple of months or years to pay it off. Okay, so what I suggest is, instead of paying back, that means that you bought something today and you keep paying in the future for something that you bought today, that's paying back. I want you to pay forward. You can every month save a little bit of money for whatever goal it is that you want to buy, whatever it is that you want to buy in the future. Save. One of my teachers, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he says pay yourself first. And by paying yourself first, it means that you're saving money for your future, for the things that you want to do before you pay your bills. So also here, there's things that you want to do in the future. You want to pay yourself first, pay forward, and then once you have enough money, you can buy them. So if I'm talking about standard of living, you might not be able to get everything that you want exactly at the minute that you want it. You might need to plan it out or wait a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years. It depends on what the size of the thing that you want to do. But you will have enough money and you will get it all. Without a shadow of a doubt, you'll be able to purchase everything that you want. But pay yourself first. Pay forward for what you want. And just by the way, in parentheses, I put it, when you get into a coaching process where I teach you in depth about how to manage your money in depth, you'll actually understand that you can buy everything that you want very quickly. You don't really have to wait months and years for everything, but that's only once you get control of all your finances. In this training, we're only talking about loans, which is one part of your finances, an important part of your finances. But out of context with the rest of the stuff, I can't explain to you how you were able to buy what you want to buy regularly and not have to wait for them. But I just want you to know that it's possible. Okay. So right now we talked about the first step is to stop using credit or loans. Do not create more debt. Okay. Do not create more debt. I'm going to tell you the steps on how to deal with your debt today, but do not create more debt. Step 2, map out your current debt. Map it out. Let's see what it's all about. I'm doing this training on this subject because yesterday I had a call with a new client of mine, and she was telling me about all her loans, and it was very difficult for her to find out the information. She didn't know. So we spent quite a while gathering the information. The information that you need to gather to map out your loans is the source. Who is the loan from? Is it from a bank? Which bank? Your credit card company? Which credit card company? Is it a loan from the credit card company, or did you pay in installments? Is it a loan from your employer, from your family member? You know, who is the source? Number 2, what is the balance? How much do you still owe? So how much do you owe on a loan that you took? Or if you paid in installments, how many more payments do you have? What is the balance that's left to be paid? You also want to know 3, what the monthly payment is. 4, the term. How much longer do you have to pay? And 5, what the interest rate is on the loan. That's how you map out all of your debt. And once you map it out, you have information. With that information, you can actually control what your next steps are. Okay? So source, balance, monthly payments, term, and interest. If there are any questions until now, please write them down in the comments. That was step 2. Step 3, what I'd like you to do. Step 3 is actually, once you've mapped out all of your debt structure, what I want you to do is I want you to mark off on the list any short-term debt. Now, short-term debt, I'm talking about 1, 2, 3 months and you're finished with the debt, okay? I want you to mark it off. We're not going to deal with them right in step 4. We're going to deal with them in step 5. The next kind of debt I want you to mark off is debt that is what we call inexpensive. What is inexpensive? Debt, loans that you have, that the interest on the loan is, I'm going to say, lower than 3%. And that's today. You know, sometimes the market changes and the interest rates go up and down accordingly. But in today's market, I think lower than 3% is considered good interest. Okay, it's low interest. You're paying a little bit of money for the money that you're borrowing from the bank instead of a lot of money. So I want you to mark them off, short-term debt and low interest debt, and put them on the side a little bit. Mark them off. We're not going to deal with them just now. In step 4, we're going to deal with all the other debt that you might have. What I'm doing here in this training is I'm presenting a concept to you, an idea, okay, a tool that can be used to manage your money. Now, I want to qualify that and say that I do not know what your financial situation is today. And there are a lot of options, a lot of different tools that we can use to empower you financially, to change your financial situation. This is one of them. And before you do it, you implement it in your life, I would suggest, highly recommend, that you contact us or someone else to get a consultation if it is the right step, the right thing for you to do in your financial situation. Okay? Because for everybody, there's a whole bunch of different options that are best for whatever your financial situation is. Okay? So I'm presenting to you a concept, okay, that may be good for you. It may be very good for you. But in order for me to know that, I would need to speak with you and learn a little bit more about your financial situation. So if you are interested, you think that this concept can work for you, please write down in the private message, in the chat. You can call me up, leave a message on my website. It's all good in Healthy Finances, because then I can actually tell you whether it's the best option for you or maybe there's other things that you can do. Okay? So I'm going to present it as a tool. Before you implement it, get advice, professional advice before you implement it. Okay? Now, we're going to go on to step 4. Step 4 is to consolidate your loans, to put them all together. Now, it doesn't mean to take another loan. We don't want you to take another loan. Well, maybe we do. But it's not another loan so you could have money to spend. It's to take a loan at the same value as the debt, all the debt that you have, take a loan for that amount of money and pay back the bad debt and have better debt, I mean better terms to your loans. And I'm going to give you, according to the woman I spoke with yesterday, I'm going to talk to you about the numbers with her, okay? Let's see here. So you see she has on banks, credit cards, and even insurance companies. She's taken loans from all sorts of various sources, and she has to pay them back. So you see she has the balance of a loan of $7,000, where she's returning $800 a month. Another loan for $25,000, where she's returning $500 a month. Another loan for $30,000, where she's returning $600 a month. Another loan for $30,000. Now look at this. She has 2 loans for $30,000, and she has different monthly payments. One loan she returns $600 a month, and the other $1,300 a month. And that's because of the term. One is longer than the other, or one is shorter. The more expensive one is actually a shorter period of time than the other one. Okay, and the last loan she has is $18,000, where she returns $100 a month. Okay, in total, she owes $110,000, and her monthly payment is $3,300. Okay, which is a lot of money. And because of that payment on the loans, she has less money for everyday expenses. It's a lot of money she's paying back there because it's all a mishmash. She's got a little bit here and a little bit here, and for some are a year, and some are 2 years, and some are 5 years. You know, it's all mixed up. So when I say to you consolidate your loans, what you're actually going to do is you're going to take one loan that is both probably longer period of time, and you can try to get a better interest rate. You can try. I say you can try because a lot of times if you have a lot of loans, your credit line isn't so good, so they're going to offer you a higher interest rate. But what I did here was I did a little calculation just to show you what it could be. Okay, the same loan we have, let's say she has $110,000 that she owes and she pays back $3,300. So if she were to get a new loan, to refinance all those little loans with one loan for 5 years at 8%, she would be returning each month $2,230 instead of $3,300, which is a savings of over $1,000. That is a lot of money to save, a lot of money to help pay for the regular bills. Or let's say she was going to take the loan for, let's say, 10 years at 8%. She would be returning every month $1,335, which is a savings of almost $2,000 in her monthly budget. With that $2,000 could be the difference between being in overdraft and being able to pay all of your expenses. Okay, here's a list here. So there's different options. Now the interest rate that a person's going to get on a loan is really dependent on the person. Everybody, when you go to the bank and ask for a loan, you get a different, everyone gets a different interest rate. because it depends on their financial backing, their financial support. And the interest rates can be they fluctuate. They can be fixed rates. They can be prime or LIBOR plus whatever kind of percentage there is. So I just gave the gamut. 8%, the one that I wrote here, is a very high interest rate. If you're paying 8%, you're paying a high interest rate. But even if you're paying a higher interest rate, you can see that her monthly payment back in the loans will be less, meaning that she has more money available to her for her regular expenses. Okay, which is really important because she keeps taking loans, she has less and less money, so she can't meet her regular expenses, or she can't save for expenses that are unplanned. So then she has to take another loan, and this can be the difference. 1,000 shekels more or 2,000 shekels more in her budget can really make a difference in her financial situation. Now I want to say step 5 and then make a big qualification statement. Now remember, on step 5, remember those loans that we put over on the side because they were short term or they had a good interest rate? Okay, now I want to focus on them. I want to be able to turn the payment on your loans actually to savings. So let's say that you have a loan that is done in 3 months, and that's why we didn't consolidate. We didn't put it with the rest of the loans. Just finish with 3 months. What I'm going to suggest you do is that when you finish paying back that loan, let's say you're paying back $500 every month on that loan. Instead of taking that $500 and putting it into your budget and using that money to pay for whatever expenses you have, I suggest that you take that money and put it into savings. Okay? Right now, it hasn't been going into your daily budget. It hasn't been going into your monthly budget because it's been going to the bank. Okay, you've gotten used to that. So I would suggest you take that money, since you are used to not using it in your daily budget, take it, instead of putting it to loans, put it to your savings, and this way you'll be able to reach all of your goals a lot quicker than the little bit of savings that you can get from your budget. Okay, so that is step 5 on how to get control of your runaway loans, your runaway debt, get control and actually increase your disposable income so that you can have more money for your expenses. Now, with all that, I must say, another qualification. I already made a qualification that you really need to get professional advice before you actually do this, use this tool. But my other qualification is that taking care of debt by itself will not give you strong finances, will not take you out of financial stress. If you do that, when you do a process like this of consolidating your loans, it has to be done in conjunction with balancing your budget by knowing what you are spending money on and that you are not spending more money than you are earning, and that your budget knows how to pay back all those loans. It knows how to pay all your regular expenses. It knows how to save for unexpected expenses. And it knows how to save to meet your goals so that you have money to live the life that you want to live. Okay, so you cannot just do this, the loans, and think that, okay, you've done it, you've changed your financial reality. That's not going to happen, because most people, what they do today is they do only focus on their loans, only on consolidation of loans, or getting better terms, or extending the time of their loans in order to be able to pay them back. But they keep on manufacturing the need to take more loans because their budget isn't balanced. So I don't want you to do this big, use this tool and then still have financial stress. You need to do them together. Okay, balance your budget and consolidate your loans, get control of your loans. Matter of fact, when you consolidate your loans and reduce the monthly payment of your loans, you're actually giving yourself the ability to balance your budget, because your budget, if you're creating loans, that means you don't have enough money to begin with. So you're giving yourself the ability to be able to balance your budget, which is super, super important. And even with that, if you want help balancing your budget, if you want help taking care of your loans, consolidating them, or finding other options to reduce your debt load and your monthly payments to your loans, please feel free to contact us here in the comments, private message us, send us an email, call us up, because myself, Mindy Stern, my partner Nomi, all of our coaches are here to help you. That is our mission, to help people get out of debt forever and to start to build a life of abundance and the ability to make your dreams come true. So I hope that you've learned a lot about debt and consolidation of your debt. I'm Mindy Stern. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you with your personal, your financial empowerment. Be in touch with me. Write down in the comments any questions that you might have, and I will see you again.